like first is hear a little bit about your journey into C-suite leadership and into Nadine. Oh, sorry, am I saying it correctly? Nadine Njeim, is it?
Nadine Njeim. Nadine Njeim Beauty.
Beauty. So tell us a little bit about your experience and sort of your journey in that.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah? I know I'm the last one today, but it's going to be exciting, I promise you. All right, so thank you for having me today, and so happy to see lots of familiar faces in the room.
I'm glad you can see them. I'm struggling.
The lights are not allowing, but I can still see. So obviously, I've been in the region for the last 15 years. This is my fourth startup. Before that, I promised myself I'm not doing startups anymore. But then I go back to this. Exactly. I can't. It's tempting. So I've started my career obviously in Dubai, coming from Beirut, from Lebanon. I've done Australia, I've done US, I've done Qatar, and I landed at the end in Dubai. I think I call it now home, really. And now with Nadine Njeim Beauty, it's a very unique concept. We're going to talk more about it, but this is like a clean beauty, which is obviously the new trend that is happening. And for us, it's not a trend. It is really the way of living. And women know that applying makeup every day is always a struggle for the skin. So that's why we created a brand that will only make your skin look good while you are obviously looking great.
Fantastic, brilliant, brilliant. And in terms of customer first leadership, or actually, let me go to the next one. In terms of marketing and customer experience is obviously driving revenues, retention, and the experience. And how do you see the marketing's role evolving and its business impact? So how is it changing, and how is it impacting the business?
Look, I think there is a lot of change. I've seen it in the market, and we are seeing it all, right? Before, consumers were influenced by, you name it, right? You get someone to talk about the product, you get the attention. You get someone to do some content, which is, so good to be true, you believe it. Currently, the trend in the marketing is no longer, I would say, the things that are unrealistic. People like to see raw stuff. They like to see the real thing. And I'm sure many of you in this room, you have a playbook in the marketing where you've been doing and trying and testing all this time. The region has evolved, the consumer has evolved, and I think definitely the brand are trying to catch up. But I would say that keeping it raw and real, keeping the message simple, and don't go into really, paying people to do your content. Create a nice community where people can basically speak about your brand. Word of mouth today is so much precious than really putting an ad out. And we know very well we're all struggling with the different kind of applications that we do. I think the only thing that matters is the customer, to keep him engaged, and at the same time to spend that dollar in the right place. I come from a startup, guys, so maybe lots of people here are corporate as well, but that $1 for me, I have to make an ROI to it. It cannot go.
So if I gave you $1, what was the first thing that you would put it to, or how would you spend it? Tell us.
Okay, so look, I've been monitoring live shopping for some time now. I think if you ask many people, they will tell you, I'll put it in digital or influencers or kind of events and activation. There is this live shopping that is happening today on InstaShop, on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it.
Well, they were just talking about, so just before you got on, there was a panel, and I think it was Nour that was talking about everybody buying now on TikTok. It's like they go through, see what they want, and they want to buy it immediately. So yeah.
Exactly. And honestly, whether they are the sellers or the consumers, they are both benefiting from that. It's an amazing edge. Companies that I have built businesses on live shopping are today evaluated at $500 million out of nowhere in a couple of years. We have lots of success stories that are already happening in the US. So I think live shopping is the next big thing that is going to happen in our marketing space and social media.
And is that bigger on TikTok than Instagram?
It is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they offer the platform more on TikTok rather than Instagram yet. Yeah.
Okay, so you think that's the new way forward for anybody selling products on the digital platform? Okay, good.
I'm trying it. I'm going there in a month, so let's see.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant. And tell me, in terms of what do you think, if you had to single out and say, the biggest success has been for the beauty brand Nadine, Njeim, and what you kind of focused on? What would that be?
Look, the brand that we have is unique because this is the first celebrity brand, Middle Eastern, I would say, Middle Eastern celebrity brand that has launched with a celebrity. We have seen lots of influencers, we've seen bloggers, they've made amazing job, but celebrity brands is that's the first in the market. And when we look at Fenty, at Rare, at House Lab, all of these brands, there are like 13 or 14 brands in the US and Europe that are celebrity-led, the dynamics of marketing change.
Right.
So acquisition, you start with a fan base, obviously, because these celebrities, they have package of an amazing fan base that we can start with. Then eventually you don't have the journey of I'm getting one order, 5 orders a day. Suddenly you found yourself from the moment you launch, you're actually having like hundreds of orders. So it will challenge, I would say, and it challenged kind of operations and customer service and obviously, but it calibrated a lot our acquisition spend because we didn't need to spend too much on acquisition.
But how did you handle then the operational demand, like the operations and the demand of the volume and keeping customers happy? I mean, things would have gotten lost in the process, sent to different people, different items are received by the unintended customer. How did you manage that process?
Look, operations is my game. So I have set up the warehousing in a way. If we are hit with 10 to 20,000 orders, it's going to go out within 24 hours.
Wow. Okay.
So we have equipped ourselves with the right kind of system in the warehouse, with the right training, with the right technology, because obviously when we talk about a huge number of orders, you need to have the right technology in hand. Otherwise, people will break and mistakes will happen and wrong item will be sent. And then you spend your time recovering basically the experience rather than amazing the people with the experience.
Right.
So we didn't have a problem in our operations since day one. We were completely ready. I actually forecasted more than what we should have. And it was on purpose because I wanted everyone to be ready. But operations was great. Marketing was amazing. We've had, I remember when we launched, it was launched in a hotel room in St. Regis. We didn't have an office ready. So it is a startup, like a raw startup that started 18 months ago. And today, every number that we put on the forecast has been overachieved by multiple X's. But customers are always happy. We have thousands of reviews and we have I would say, a customer rating of 97%. With all the volume and the experiences, we deliver same day, next day. It is something that we enjoy doing it. But marketing specifically was an amazing, I would say, new thing to see, especially from my perspective, because when you worked before with other companies, you spend a lot on acquisition, right? Now in that game, it was acquisition was happening for at least, let's say, a month. After that, we started to acquire beyond the fan club. So this is where the acquisition continued, but it is very healthy because obviously the face of the brand is well known.
I wanted to pick up on that point because acquisition is one thing, and obviously, in your particular circumstance, it was ideal that there was a fan base already, so you could reduce the acquisition cost pretty much maybe close to nothing. But retention is super important, right? So even though there's acquisition, there's retention. So how do you balance retention? How important do you see retention? How do you ensure that there is retention?
Look, I'm personally a customer obsessed, and I don't say this from just saying it. I've always lived on the customer feedback, and keeping the customer engaged is very important. I think having the right technology in place to be able to have the good customer CRM program is super important. But at the same time, you know what? We are, I think we are lacking a little bit of innovation when it comes to how you can retain the customer. We keep receiving all of these emails every now and then, right? I personally, I unsubscribe. Every day I unsubscribe like 10 emails. I'm sure many customers would do the same. But for the customer, if you are sending that email out or that communication, whether it is through WhatsApp or any other channel, it has to be meaningful and it has to be relatable. I cannot receive we launched a new man t-shirt. I don't care about the new man t-shirt. My husband can buy his own t-shirt But if you give me a, let's say, something that I actually, I actually like because I browse it, and today the AI, obviously it's a topic in every room, but we use it personally. We have on day one, when we launched, we had an AI, AR, I would say, experience on our website. What we do from that is not only we allow customer to try on our product, but we analyze and we send them things that are actually, they have tried it, they have spent some time on the page, and we trigger some communication to them based on what they have basically not browsed, but what they have tried. So it is more closer to get them to convert. So today the loyalty customers in our brand is literally around 45%, which is a very high percentage for a brand that is new. We see this percentage when you are 5 years in the market at least, because then acquisition slow down and you go into the retention more. But the retention has a lot of dynamics. I remember when I was leading the Turkish brand, obviously we've had an exposure of 90 million kind of customer base. And it was massive, but all of these were personalized in a very personalized way, were targeted through communication, and the revenue from only retention was more than 35%, which is obviously a massive game in such a market where you will keep on expanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in terms of translating the data, like let's say, for example, that case where you had 90,000 or more, how do you translate that data into trustworthy, actionable insights? So to know exactly what it is, what they want, and then how to turn it into something that's actionable by the company, by the brand.
I think it is about being close to the customer. And when we say being close, it's not about really the normal ways that we know. If you browse this item, you get this item, or many people go into the discount game. I think this is where now it's a Black Friday month. Everyone is hyping on the discount. Customer love it. But at the same time, I think pushing the discounts too much might impact your brand positioning as well for the long term. So we don't think short term, we think long term. With the customer, you cannot think short term. It's not about, okay, you know what, they browsed a couple of times, I'll throw to them some discount code to activate them again. And then eventually on the long run, they feel like, I'm wearing this and everyone is wearing it, so it doesn't make sense. People love the unique stuff. They like to have the exclusive stuff. And if we look at the luxury brands today, everyone has the personal shopping. And they do it on purpose, because personal shopping is an experience where you select a team, let's say your customer base of, I don't know, maybe 1,000 customers, and basically you invite them to your store, you personalize their experience, they are engaged with you, they feel important, they feel exclusive, they feel that they have access to lots of things that other people don't have. And this is what it is. I think the most successful loyalty program that we have today is I founded Emirates Skywards, because they keep on pushing you to go to the next level. If you have the option to fly Emirates or to fly somewhere else, you will choose Emirates because you want to keep up your tiers and your points.
There was somebody else that mentioned that today as well. Same thing about loyalty and connecting it with Emirates. So they've done such a good job at marketing that entire concept of, you know, loyalty.
I don't think it's the communication that was good. It was the benefits that you get and how hard it is to get it, and how hard it is to lose it. So during COVID, I think most of us lost our tiers. But what we know about, what many people don't know about Emirates, is they have the IO program, which is higher than the Platinum. It's an invite only from the CEO of Emirates, and there are only around 100 people in there.
Okay.
So very, very selective people, and what they do to them is basically they take them out on a retreat, and they give them much, much bigger experience than, you know, just having a discount. At the end of the day, people don't care about the discount at that program. What they care about is getting the tiers, getting the benefit, getting access to the lounge, getting the priority boarding, right? And all of that is what makes a loyalty program super successful.
So would you say that I guess principle applies to every industry? Because you're saying, I mean, you talk about Emirates as aviation, right? You're talking about Nadine and Njeim is beauty. When you were talking about clothing, against fashion. So it's almost like regardless of where people are from or what industry they're in, this principle applies the same?
Yes, I think that as a principle, it's definitely the same. Product can change. It can be fashion, it can be beauty, it can be whatever it can be. But in terms of experience and exclusivity, this is what is required in keeping the customer really engaged with your brand. We have a lot of competition in our space. In our beauty, for example, we have lots of competition. But what we have done is since day one, we launched our loyalty program. And that loyalty program was more about exclusive benefits. And because we have a celebrity on board, obviously, it helped us to be more even specific. So, for example, you get access to private events for the brand where the celebrity is there. Everyone wants to see Nadine. Everyone is so hyped. Everyone wants to be part of it. If I offer discount, which we don't at all use a discount game, we don't engage in any, I would say, discount and stuff, because if you are a premium brand and you're offering the quality and the customers love what you are offering, then the discount is not your main trigger. It's basically the other benefits that you provide to them. So I would say the benefits are more important than what the product is. And the communication with the customer and the uniqueness of this customer is basically what makes it successful, no matter what the product is.
Brilliant, brilliant. I think that's a great piece of advice. And my next question was going to be, what's one piece of advice for those who want to start their own business? So perhaps something different from what you've just told us, even though that was a great piece of advice.
Look, I think I always say this. If you have an idea, you will have 1,000 reasons why you will convince yourself not to do it.
Okay.
Because everyone thinks that I can start a business and I can do this. And it's easy, you know what? I'll take a product, I'll change the name, I'll put it in the market, that's it, done, right? Next. But it's really not that. I think if you have an idea, then do your due diligence really well and start. Because if you don't start, if you keep postponing, if you don't take that first step, then it will always be an idea. And the next one is going to come and take it. And then eventually they will make it a bigger idea. It's like what happened with Karim and Uber. Right? Uber were waiting. Oh, okay, let's wait for the region to develop more. Karim came, and then overnight, they took over a market share. They didn't wait. They dared. They had no, I would say, they didn't have all the boxes ticked, but that was there. So if you have an idea, go and start with it. And please start, because we are missing to see new ideas, brands, entrepreneurs in the region, which is Dubai offers an amazing platform for a person to become an entrepreneur. That 9-to-5 job will always be there. It will not go anywhere. And your job is always there. But if you really want to go out of your comfort zone, go start a business. You will be scared. You will have sleepless nights. It's not easy, but it is very rewarding, and it's a learning curve for you, for the people, for the team. And I would say most importantly, take care of these people, because when you are an entrepreneur, you're leading the vision and they are following. The moment that you expect them to lead the vision, this is where you are failing as a leader. So the team is important to be always aligned, always motivated, always engaged with you, because they are your basically image in front of everyone when someone talks about your brand. And take care of your customer. Trust me, there is not a single product today that there is no room for competition to take place, especially at the GCC. I have 5 business ideas. I'm like, if I have time, I will launch all of these tomorrow, and I'll make $1 billion businesses for each of them, because literally the market is so ready for us. No matter what the product is, position it well, create the story behind it, create the right messaging for communicating it with the right team, and take it from there. And say bye to your 9-to-5, but you will work from 9 to 12. So it's gonna be 24 hours thing.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, that ends the questions that we've got scripted for you today, but I wanted to open the floor for any questions. Again, we can't really see anybody, but if there are any questions, maybe somebody can take around a mic. Anybody have questions for Layal? Sorry, I can't see anybody. No questions? We have one? All right, amazing. Let's take that over. Goodness me. I've got plenty of questions for you. But I'll take them offline.
Hi. Other than the celebrity element, how do you differentiate what's like the unique selling point for Nadine? Like with there's so many products now that are being marketed as sustainable, organic, Ilia, rare. So why choose Nadine?
That's a great question. I love that.
Indeed.
Look, what is unique about this brand is it took us around 3 years to decide to launch a brand. And we went to the most difficult element, which is beauty. Beauty comes with lots of restriction, lots of sensitivity. At the same time, you know what? There are like, you go to Sephora, you go to any store.
It doesn't take so much competition.
It's everywhere. And what we have created and what we have decided to create is a concept that is something that you buy, you use, you enjoy, and you don't have to worry about, how the day will go by without my makeup or with my makeup. So we went to a very difficult route, which is the clean beauty. Clean beauty means there are more than 2,000 ingredients that are not used in our product. And if you look at this, you will be really scared to see how many other brands are using from these materials. We are certified clean at Sephora, which means that there are like a list of ingredients that we are not allowed to use. Otherwise, we lose our certification. The products are infused with skincare. So it's a hybrid makeup skincare brand. That means that the serum that you're going to be applying before your makeup has niacinamide. So eventually, it is giving you that skincare while you are applying it. The lip gloss that we have they are lip care, not lip glosses. When you try it, it's lightweight, it doesn't stick. The blush that we have has vitamins and oil.
Doesn't last.
All the products they literally are long lasting. Like you have to try, it's unbelievable. And this is not coming from us. We are very, I would say, open when it comes to customer reviews. We put it as is on the website. And when we started this, as I said, it was a fan base. But then obviously fan base, they buy the product and that's it. But what gave us a good direction that what we are doing is right is today, when we launch a new product, more than 70% of our transactions are from the existing customers. That's because they trust the quality. And we started online. We couldn't basically prove to anyone, that they can try the color or the texture or any of that. So they tried it all online. And today, 70%, we just launched a new product yesterday. More than 70% of the transaction were from existing customers. And this happens all the time. So the main, I think, unique selling point is the quality. The main unique selling point for us is the clean beauty. I have a 9-year-old girl. She's, believe it or not, I'm sure this is all probably the same problem for all parents in Dubai. They are at Sephora. I am very worried when they enter Sephora because I don't know the ingredients of these brands, but I trust that she's using my lip oil, my lip gloss, because I know that this is clean. It is suitable for even the teenagers and the kids. And it has the hybrid makeup skincare, which is something that it will continue. And trust me, it is very, 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 very difficult for us to give the performance that we are giving for the product and to be clean. So it is usually either you are clean and you drop on the performance, or you have to do lots of R&D in order to get both together. And that's why products like all our products, it takes us around a year in R&D only to be able to get the texture, the formula, the performance, and obviously the lasting element. So I think this is what we have as a USP for the brand. Are there any other brands that are doing the same? Definitely yes. And I really am always happy to see makeup brands that are taking down that route, because no one wants to end up with, God forbid, the skin cancer, and then in the long run. We use makeup every day. I don't want to feel like I'm baked with using makeup because it's too heavy. No, it's a clean product. I'm happy to try always other brands, and we do try lots of brands so we can learn and see what they are doing and how they are doing it. And I think this is the future anyway. We've seen lots of brands, they are doing now percentage of their product as a clean kind of brands. And I think this should be really the trend for the next 5 years.